Welcome everyone for D&D night. We are on Barntome episode one something or another. I don't know which it is yet, but we're continuing on Barntome. It's Donnie, Danger playing Drucilla, Bork, aka myself, playing Sarah, and the Man Bear as our DM. And yeah, without further ado, I'll hand it over to Man Bear and he can start us off with a recap so we can remember what the hell we're doing.
Okay, welcome. So, last time in my marvelous campaign, the group managed to beat the ice giants with the help of Firelight and Bylorn.
They weren't needed.
At which point, Sarah, deciding she wanted to loot the giant, was crawling all over its body and found a sack of gold, which was cool, but didn't notice that a shadow had consumed her being and pulled her into the woods. This shadow then relayed a message to her that I will not repeat out loud because our friend Donnie is huge in meta, and I don't want him to know about it just yet. But if Bork managed to do what he said he would do, you can check out our podcast, and it will be on there as well.
It was at the end of the video, and it was
Okay.
at the end of the session. I was still live when I said it.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I logged off, so I don't know if you'd actually
Well,
done it
way
or
to
not.
go. Way to not wait till the end.
You told me to.
I see what kind of friend you are.
You're an asshole. Anyway, so there was some information exchanged, and Sarah has a decision to make. After that, she was released from the shadows, allowed to rejoin the group, but the bag of money was taken from her.
What?
That's about where we left off.
It's always the money that we lose.
You lost an AC ring, but that was a long time ago.
Wait. The money was taken from me?
Yeah, you didn't notice? I swear I told you that.
This is last week. I probably forgot.
I
I was just
probably
looking at it.
forgot.
I'm like, I don't think I added the money, and I was about to ask you how much money did I get.
Yeah, it was taken at the end. I may have forgotten to tell you too. I don't know. It was late and I was tired. Um,
That's
yeah.
BS. All that work for nothing?
Well, not necessarily nothing. Depends on how you take it. Anyway, so we come back to the group. They're at the wall still, as you can see by this lovely put together map with pieces and trees that I copied from the internet.
Yeah.
And you guys can take it from there if you want to roleplay for a bit, or if you just want to head into the city, let me know.
I'm pretty much unconscious.
Yeah, that's right. You are pretty much unconscious. So, Sarah, you can roleplay with Bylorn and Firelight if you wish, or you can head into the city.
Yeah, so they just got done pulling me back in, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That was that could have got hairy there.
They go, yeah. When the rope went slack and we couldn't pull on you, we were a little worried. But once the shadow recessed, it all of a sudden we were able to pull again. Are you okay? Like, are you still you? They asked kind of questioningly.
Shots. Yes, I'm still me, but I need a shot.
Shot. We can do
I
that. Let's go back to
pull
the tavern.
I pull out. No time for that. I pull out the bottle that I still have hiding in one of my sacks that apparently is on me, and I grab the whatever bottle it is. The one I got from the desert.
Yeah, the cactus liquor.
Yeah. I take a shot of that, and then I pour another one, ask if anyone wants any.
Bylord shakes his head, saying no, he's still trying to sober himself up. He was embarrassed of how he acted as an alcoholic.
Okay, well, I pass on him, and I go to the next one.
Firelight, she grabs it and takes a shot.
No, perfect, perfect. I'm not drinking alone here. All right. I wanna. Uh, do I have a? Does someone have a helmet around us?
Um, I'll say the pikemen. Any of these guys would have like a basic iron helmet.
All right. I asked one of them for their helmet.
This guy looks at you very confused, but then hands over his helmet.
All right. So I take it. I flip it over. I cast create water in it, and I walk up to Drusilla and dump the water on her. And then I go hand the helmet back. I go, thank you very much. And I go stand in front of Bylorn and Farlet.
I look around frantically. Do I see the dead frost giant?
Yeah, it's a giant corpse.
I'm alive and the foe's dead. See, I did it, guys.
I kind of just ignore and go, I'm like, so, or
Right? I did it.
I go, we should talk plans for the next raid. I say that to
I
Bylorn and Farlight.
I'm kind of just muttering like I did do
Bylorn, who's currently got you.
it, right? That was me. I'm
Bylorn,
imagining like
are you listening?
imagining Bylorn's just like shaking his head like disappointingly.
I
Are
wonder if
you
you can hear
listening?
us.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good, because I've been trying to talk to you for like 3 seconds and you haven't been
Oh,
listening. Bylorn, who has Drusilla over his shoulder right now, kind of pats her on the back and goes, "Yes, yes, yes, you did it, yes, yes." Kind of soothingly, but very, very much like a child consoling, parent consoling his child.
I'm looking at all the spearmen. I give them a thumbs up. You guys did good too.
They look at you and they just shrug. And they give you kind of guilty looks because you're being carried by the captain of the guard.
I just noticed predicament I'm in. I I I I try to feel my legs. Do they feel like they still work?
You're still on Bylorn's shoulder. You're like barely alive.
Yeah, I just
I
wanted to wake you up.
I be like, oh, I pretend to pass out again. I don't want to limp back to my room.
Okay. Well, we haven't even got back to the city yet, so. Okay. So you guys want to head to the inn now?
Yeah,
Sarah said she
If
wants to do her planning.
if they agree to go discuss plans for the next month's raid,
Yeah. Well,
or is it week?
they kind of look at you and they go, "Yeah, yeah, we'll do some planning, but we need to celebrate too."
I wake back up. Of course.
Oh, Bylorn and Farlight kind of walk off as All right, my chin itches. As then I yawned. Wow, I can't even do anything right tonight. Bylorn and Farlight walk towards the inn. Sarah, I'm assuming you follow. The rest of the guards, some follow, and some spread out to go to their families. They all kind of do their own thing.
All right.
As you guys get to the inn, Bylorn kind of plops Drusilla down in a chair and gives her a healing potion. And says, "Drink this so you don't pass out again."
I I look at him. I look at the healing potion, and fuck it, I chug it.
Good, good, good. Then he excuses himself and says, "As much as I'd love to join you guys right now, I do need to still kind of keep an eye on the guards and make sure there's a patrol on the walls. in case there's any leftovers trying to sneak in while we're celebrating. Plus, I don't feel comfortable around this much booze. I will be back later to talk with you guys. Enjoy the party in your name." And he excuses himself. As he's leaving, though, um, fuck, Sybil. Sybil kind of enters in as he's leaving, and she sits down at the chair. You know that cool way where cool kids sit when they flip the chair backwards and they straddle it, and she does that.
I kind of
Okay.
just scoff. Like, you weren't the one who killed the guy leading the bad guys. I
Yeah.
bet he was one of the Circle of Six members, too.
She smiles and she goes, "Well, I could kill the person who killed the person who killed the guy leading the bad guys, so vicariously, doesn't it count?" She says with a shrug and a wink.
Eh, these are all hypotheticals. Anyways, the guy leading the raids is dead, right?
Um, she goes, "No, you just killed
I
a
don't think
frost
so.
giant."
The Frost Giant wasn't their leader?
No, we before we fell, we were attacked by several giants per raid, and even worse was the raid with the beholder. That one was fun. We barely survived.
A, a beholder?
Yes, yes, a beholder attacked the city. We lost many people that day.
Of course, I just meant the leader of that particular squad. I knew these weren't raids, weren't over. Oh,
I just
damn
sit
it.
and stare at Drucilla. I'm like, oh, really? Really?
Look, Sarah, he almost kicked my ass.
He did. There's no almost about it.
Well, I thought I killed him.
Oh, yeah, no.
Uh, uh, I take a drink of whatever's at the table.
First. Is Are you sharing your liquor still, Sarah?
No.
Okay, so it's just regular mead then. If you were sharing your liquor still, I would have made her roll a Constitution because you got the hard stuff.
I need to restock that.
Yeah, you probably do. You used up a lot of it the first time you guys were here.
No, it was great.
Um,
I gave the
Sarah,
alcoholic more alcohol.
yeah,
well,
you did.
actually, Drusilla is not really that much of a drinker.
No, he's talking about Bylorn.
Oh,
He
No, yeah,
gave
I like him and I split a bottle one day.
easily.
oh yeah.
Um, so they all kind of laugh at Drusilla's expense. For Sybil kind of picking on her. Farlight slaps her on the back and goes, "Ah, don't take it seriously, girl. You did good today. You helped to win the big win. The other two gates had minor forces, nothing too major. You guys were the ones that got hit with the big bad."
At least I get to be the help. I raise my mug.
And of course, we got the big bad.
Yeah, at that, Farlight actually kind of like raises an eyebrow and she goes, "Yeah, it is weird that the other two gates were just goblins and a few undead, a few gnolls here and there. It's almost like they knew where you two were, and they sent that giant specifically to attack you two."
That it's a bit odd. If they're packing beholders, why wouldn't they be targeting you guys?
Sybil looks at you and goes, "Calm down, girl. The beholder was 50 something years ago. We killed it and we survived, but barely. It was just one of the big breaking points for our city where we kind of just stopped caring because the king didn't help. I don't think they're throwing beholders at us right now."
Well, that's relief. I don't think
Uh,
even Zern was able to tame a beholder.
they all just kind of sigh at you. And Zern says in your head, "You don't know what I was capable of, girl."
Hmm. I just smirk.
But Firelight does kind of go on it, and she goes, "Yeah, it was really weird. Sybil had sent the message that Malice and his crew cleaned up quickly, fighting mostly undead, which fell quite quickly to his holy arts. Um, and then me and Bylorn, we faced off against mostly goblins and a few gnolls. That's why we rushed over to your gate, because we knew there had to be something we were missing.
Well, why would they target us?
I don't know. You are
Because they're
seeing.
scared of us. That's why.
Firelight kind of nods her head at Sarah, even though she interrupted her while she was speaking, and goes, "Yeah, that could be it. You guys are seen as saviors of this town, and you're giving hope back to the town. And once they broke our spirit, the attacks dwindled and just became little harrying forces. So maybe they're afraid you guys are rekindling something that they thought long dead."
Oh, something I'm confused about. We don't really have any information on who's actually orchestrating these raids, do we?
No, no, we do not.
And most of what they get is like food, valuables.
At first, they took lives mostly. But in the last, ever since we just shored up our walls and tried to survive, it's become more about just harrying us and making life miserable.
Hmm.
Huh. And this has been going on for at least 50 years. Whoever it is commands dark forces of great
70 years, not
magnitude.
50 years.
70 years?
Hmm.
I wouldn't say 70. I figured it would take a couple years before it actually started up.
I
It started suddenly, actually. The king was gone for a week. He came back, ordered shipments of booze sent to the capital, or sent to the castle. We thought, he was going to have some big old party. But then a week later, the raid started.
I hate to say it, or even ponder the thought, but this might be bigger than a member of the Circle of Six behind these raids. As
Mm.
ridiculous as that notion sounds.
Okay, so I'm going to be a little meta here so you understand the principle of what I'm saying and you don't freak out, because I know sometimes you do. They actually only believe in the circle as rumors, whereas in your time, the Circle of Six was prevalent and really powerful. In their time, the circle are like the boogeymen of the world. They're not
The
really,
boogeyman.
yeah, they're not really people that they think even exist anymore. And if they even did exist, they're long since dead. So understand that when I word this. And they
Oh, I
go,
mean, they turned Zern into a museum, so I'm kind of aware of that more or less. I still talk about them kind of highly.
get that. I was just clarifying so you understand how I word this and you don't like flip out, because I know sometimes you get facts all mixed up. They look at you kind of quizzically, and they go, "The circle, girl, the circle's been, if they ever really were as bad as they say they were, they've been dead for so long, longer than Sybil here's even been alive, and nobody really cares about them. I don't think the circle is doing this. I think it's some other force, this mysterious shadow you guys claim to have seen at the end of the last raid, or maybe even something bigger than that. Who knows? All we know is it's not something we can handle on our own."
I agree. I don't care that they dismissed the circle. I'm used to that by now.
Okay.
I don't even want to like debate them about the circle.
Okay.
Um, yeah, from everything I've experienced, this is much bigger than anything I've seen.
I go down, I'm like, so these have been intensifying, at least like partially. What, in your opinion, what do you think we should do? for the
Well,
next week?
we have a couple ideas, and in respect to you two who have done so much for our city, we wanted to run some of them by you. If you don't mind, though, we would like to wait until Bylorn shows up in the morning, or maybe even later tonight if you two are still conscious and sober. From the way this one is drowning her meat over here, they kind of head nod towards Drucilla, who's just been taking swig after swig.
Been a long night.
Uh, if she survives that long, then we could talk about it tonight. But otherwise, we could always discuss this tomorrow morning. I mean, we did just survive another raid, and the town is celebrating.
Well, while she's doing that, I want to call the bartender over and order like a shot of their like strongest ale, mead, whatever.
Bartender goes, "We don't really do shots here. You kind of introduced us to that with your cactus liquor you got from the desert, but I can get you a hard ale."
I'll take that. And then as he walks away, I kind of pour another one into the cap and take one of those.
This is your second shot of that liquor, so I'm gonna have you roll Constitution to see how well you do, or Strength, or whatever the stat is that I have, because I don't really remember.
You got rid of Constitution and Wisdom because you're dumb.
I, I am not dumb, you asshole. I just mixed them into one stat. Why you gotta be such a dick? Ha! You suck. You puke.
I take another.
Well, first, let's actually roleplay this because I don't want to just do it like that. That's kind of lame, even though you are a dick. Anyway, you kind of go. You order a hard ale, and she brings it to you. And as she's bringing you the hard ale, you go. You take a little sip, and you're like, "Oh, this isn't so good. Not that strong." And then, getting a little cocky, you pour yourself a double of your own liquor, and you take it down, and it just mixes horribly with the ale, and you
No,
vomit all over
this
your.
was before that I actually got the ale.
I wanted to roleplay it because you rolled an at one.
Well, this is before I got the ale. Roleplay
Wanted to
it
roleplay.
properly.
I am roleplaying it my way.
I don't agree with your way.
I don't agree with. I don't care. Anyway, so you vomit like profusely,
Do
and
I at least
everybody
get a
look.
chance to run outside?
Roll agility, and we'll see. I'll give you a chance.
I still
You
got
get like,
Donnie's rolls.
yeah, you're still unlucky. You get like a couple steps off the chair. You push the chair back, and you're heading to the door, and everybody's like, "What's going on?" And then, as you're trying to not puke, you open your mouth to answer, and projectile vomit on the floor.
Oh, this is on the floor and on the table.
Looking on the bright side. And
I
then
mean,
you
I'd
go
rather
back.
puke on the floor than the table. It's easy to clean up.
And then you go back to the table, and you kind of like brush it off and try to take another shot, and everybody's like, "No!"
Hello, Valexian. How are you today?
Hi.
Hi. Oh,
I
we actually have
ignore
somebody
them and I
watching
take
us.
another one.
I also put down my drink. I ask Byron, by the way, how are the troops holding up?
Mylorn's not there.
Oh, I thought
He went
Byron.
out. No, he went out to check the walls and make sure nobody's trying to sneak in.
Is it Farlight, Sybil?
Yep, Firelight and Sybil.
Okay. By the way, Farlight, how are the troops holding up?
And she goes, "They're doing well. Another win under their belt is a huge confidence boost. A lot of the people are starting to feel like we have a chance to actually win this again."
How many frost giants have they seen by now?
Uh, Honestly, the only people who saw the Giants were Bylord and myself. Even Sybil here was born towards the b- end of our fight. She put up a good fight while she was a teenager, and she did what she could, but she was still young when we were already losing hope.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, they are only human. They only live between 50 to 80 years. I mean, and this has been going on for 70 years.
Yeah, we knew their grandparents. In other words.
Pretty close, yeah. Bylorn's the only one who's actually been here for all of it. Even I'm only 80 on my own. I wasn't in the city when it started.
So, yeah, they're definitely upping their ante.
Yeah. From what Bylorn and our own personal experiences towards the end, every time we tried to fight, the next wave was always much, much harder. The more we fought back, the more they increased the odds.
Hmm. Aside from their less than noble tactics, this mentality might be a true Dark Lord of the era,
Well,
trying to
well,
strike
he's
down hope
well.
entirely.
While we're all talking, can I start cleaning up uh the my vomit?
Um,
Oh, you
sure.
vomited.
Yeah, yeah, she totally puked.
That's
Yeah, you're welcome
fucking
to
gross, Sarah.
you're welcome to try to get a rag and clean up. But I'm actually gonna role play this out a bit. Like you go up to the bar and you're like, I need a rag. I got a little excited. Bartender looks at you and she smiles that anybody who's been out to a bar and gotten wasted knows this smile. She smiles that smile that goes, oh, dear darling. I understand, but no, I'll handle it. But she says, no, 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 I'll handle it. You two are the heroes of our city, and getting a little excited after fighting what you fought is to be expected. No worries, my dear. And then she kind of like pushes you away as you try to get a rag.
All right, so time out. I need a drink, but while I'm going to grab that, feel free to keep talking or check out the chat because Valexion is offering you a drink to offer the people.
That does sound very intense. You would have to give Drew a good reason to keep drinking because I was just about to stop and consult Zern.
Yeah, that sounds horrid. I'm copying this and I'm going to put it in my notes and it is just something they will definitely come up against. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you kindly. Sadly, I already stated, I don't know if you were here at the time, but this particular tavern does not have hard alcohol. They only have mead. And that is because this city has been under raids every month for the last 70 years. So they don't have anything special. But even still, I again thank you for that. I will definitely use that on another date.
that
Yep,
would have
yep.
been a heck of a night. Just got done getting our asses beat by a frost giant and just getting hammered to death by alcohol too.
Well, Sarah already did vomit.
And I'm willing to
Yeah,
take another one.
I didn't
Yeah,
notice that right away.
I already said you do. But yeah, okay. So you go to the bartender. You try to get a rag. She tells you no. Says she'll take care of it. With you being, the heroes that you are, she has no problem taking care of it.
By the way,
So you
Valexion,
go back to
thanks
the
for the
table,
follow.
and
Much appreciated.
you want to take another shot on top of the one you took after puking.
I want to remark something as I'm scratching my chin just thinking about the event. I say, by the way, Sarah, that's fucking disgusting.
I mean, I don't hear that, but yeah, I want to take another one. I just puked up what I currently took. I need to replace it.
All right. Make another uh strength save.
Wait, that's not strength. That one's strength.
I am on the Twitch stream. Nice. You take this one like a champ. Your stomach being empty, it just kind of like falls into your stomach, and you just like, that's better.
Okay, good. Good.
So yeah, the night goes on. Firelight and Sybil sit with you guys for a while, but eventually they all kind of go their own way as well. You're welcome to continue to party the night away as the heroes you are, or you can, go in your room and sleep. Depending on your decision, I will make you make a roll or two.
Uh,
I want to keep drinking. Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely want to keep drinking.
Sarah, how are you still drinking right now?
What do you mean?
Aren't you? Didn't you just almost get beaten up by a frost giant too, and vomit right afterwards?
I was still feeling pretty good. Meta wise, I was like 3/4 health, but yeah, I still feel pretty good. And puking from alcohol, that's nothing. That happens all the time. Sometimes the shot goes down wrong. You just gotta shake it off and take another one.
And yeah, I do know where your meta wise where your health was at, and I know you could have still fought on, but I had specific.
I'm not talking to you. I'm telling him meta
Oh,
wise.
okay,
The one time I actually want to be meta with him.
okay, gotcha.
Her.
It.
It. Schmiegel.
Um, but yeah, yeah, you just gotta shake it off and take another one.
Fine, I'll stay at the table for a while and watch you while you take another one.
You,
If I gave up every time I puked, I would have stopped drinking a long time ago.
are you drinking Drucilla, or are you just watching Sarah destroy her liver?
Shit, I'll take another drink. I don't feel that bad.
Okay, so you both are staying up and drinking. That is the answer I needed and wanted. As you guys drink, I want both of you to roll. Okay, let me think here. Why are you rolling already? I didn't even tell you what to roll.
Wait, who's rolling?
I don't know. I just heard a whoop. Oh, that's why.
You know, half the whole point of whispering is to be subtle and not derail everything. But when you're a DM, there's no point in whispering.
Yeah, because that means I have to stop and read.
Well, all yeah, because just like that, you heard a bloop and you just interrupt the conversation with asking, or like half the time, like it's like I'll send it to you just so the fact like, oh yeah, when you see it, you can come up with an idea, but then like literally like it's supposed to be like on the side, and you just like completely like pause what you're currently doing just to respond to the whisper, and then that's not how the whisper goes. Like you're supposed to wait till the other person's doing something and then you respond. Just
That's what
by
I
the way,
say to you. You and
this
your critique.
this bourbon's going on nice.
I just do this when I want to whisper.
I don't even know if you know how to use the whisper command.
Kayla, she
Anyway,
knew how to use it.
Yeah, she did. Okay, so, yeah, that's awesome and very funny. I'm gonna get a kick out of that. But
rolling a plus strength.
what? No, I was talking about the Twitch stream.
Oh,
Anyway, so yes, I need you both to roll a d20 for strength, but I also need you to both roll a d20 for charisma. After you roll for your strength.
my
Nailed
strength
it.
is a 3.
6 and 11 for Sarah, a 3 and a
12
12
on my
for
charisma.
Drusilla. Okay, so both Drusilla and Sarah continue drinking for a bit, and they get into that state again. If you've ever been in a bar and been a drunk, you will know what I am talking about, where you don't really realize that you're getting drunk anymore. You're just already so far beyond it that you just keep going without knowing what you're doing. And
I call
yeah,
for another drink.
Another one, Sarah?
you two are, yeah. Anyway, can I finish what I was gonna say? Um, as you two are drinking, Sarah, who tends to be a bit of a show off every now and then, starts doing acrobatical leaps from table to table.
Accurate.
Drucilla, who is, wants to be a Dark Lord, but secretly, doubts herself, starts off the night explaining her great endeavors to defeat the Frost Giant. But as the night wears on and she downs more alcohol, she starts to complain about how she feels weak and useless and how she wants to be all powerful, but she doesn't know how and wants to know why. Nobody will respect her as their master, and nobody wants to be her minion, and gets a little bit depressing and kind of a crybaby. Um,
That's
Like that,
good.
that's
Can I
how
do
the.
it?
If you really want to do it, you are welcome to do so. Yes.
I keep trying my hardest to be the biggest, baddest thing in the land. Nobody wants to be my minion. I don't get it, I say to the nearest townsfolk. Why doesn't anybody fear me? I'm scary, right?
They're all in their cups too, and they're like patting you on the back joyfully. Like, yeah, of course you are, darling. You're the scariest girl I've ever seen. And they all
That's
kind
right.
of like give you fake cheer because they're just trying to get you to stop crying during the party.
Yeah, I try rubbing away the tears. I'm terrifying.
Of course, dearie.
Soon everyone will know that too.
At this point now, we're going to go through the night of partying, unless Sarah wants to roleplay any of her specific party events for the night.
No. I mean, if you're not gonna make me roll for acrobatics, but I'm gonna
I'm
rock
not
it.
gonna make the roll. Okay, so at this point, we're gonna go into the morning. You both kind of fell asleep at your tables with many other drunks. Who it was a great fucking party. You all kind of wake up and the bartender smiling sweetly as she cleans tables and kind of like pushes some drunk people around so she can get at some messes. And you both hate life, like utterly and completely hate life. I'm talking massive migraines, multiple cats of shit in your mouth.
Can I
Yeah,
roll a knowledge check to reflect on my previous experiences to cure myself?
um, you can. Yeah, I guess. I can't argue it. We haven't role played many drunk nights in this campaign, but Sarah has been an avid drinker throughout the whole campaign, so I won't argue it.
14.
So you know that a little bit of hair of the dog will help with the cat shit in your mouth, but you also know you kind of got to ride out the headache until it just goes away.
All right, so
So
well, I asked the bartender, "Can I have an ale and a water, please, and breakfast if I wake up?"
as
Which
yeah, yeah, no, like you said, you guys are waking up already. She goes,
okay.
"Yeah, sweetheart, of course, of course. I set up some basic breakfast stuff on the counter. It's just bread and cheese to help you guys break your fast. But I'll get you some water and a weaker ale to help you get out of your state."
I
Do
replied, "Thank you. You know, the best way to get over this hangover is to add more. Am I right?"
She smiles and she goes, "Well, I see you spent a couple nights in a saloon yourself, haven't you, dearie?"
Oh, nothing like back home.
Um, okay, so yeah, you get your food. Drusilla, you wake up. You're in a similar state, but I'm not going to allow you to make the roll like Sarah did because Drusilla is not one to drink. It has been
Oh,
stated several times in this campaign that she does not drink often, so you would not have the background knowledge needed to know that. So you wake up just fucking miserable.
I don't know why that hit me so hard. What? Just had a couple extra ones.
Wait, what's new between that and her normal state?
Well, physically in pain and miserable.
Okay, okay,
Not
okay.
just mentally miserable.
There must be an assassin in this establishment. One must have gone behind the back lines and is using subterfuge to take us out. Yeah.
Are you serious? I think my neighbor fucking lit his house on fire again. My fucking fire alarm for the entire apartment is going off, which means I need to leave my fucking apartment.
Are you serious?
Dead ass.
I mean, I could use a beer, so
I don't know how long this will take. Last time they had to call the fire department to clear the apartment building so we could come back in.
that's standard procedure.
Yeah, so this is gonna take a bit.
Fire department must be taking their time.
I'm back,
Oh, just in the nick of time, too.
if you say so.
Well, you were brought up. I just brought you up.
Oh, well, that's because I'm awesome.
It's like coincidence. It's crazy how this stuff works.
Okay. So yeah, I'm back. My house is not on fire. My neighbor set his food on fire or something or another. I
What
don't
a
know.
dumbass. He needs to put like a shirt or something over his fire alarm. Those things are
Uh
just.
it's not just the fire alarm because I've set my fire alarm off multiple times. He had enough smoke in there to set the building's fire alarm off.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
So like his food must have been like legit on fire.
He probably went to go to the bathroom and came back, and then his entire apartment was engulfed in smoke.
Yeah. So
Or
that was
fell
fun.
asleep, one of the two.
He needs to be on top of that shit.
I heard a snippet of some conversation that he's been sick for like a week, so it could have been something where he fell asleep while cooking. If he's sick, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But either way, here nor there. House is not on fire. I was cleared to re-enter, and I'm in a relatively bad mood now because I'm really fucking cold. So let's get this shit going.
I'm
Shit on
waiting
the
on
wall.
you here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we just got
So
like alcohol poisoning.
everybody woke up. Sarah got rid of the cat shit taste in her mouth, but she still got a pretty massive headache, and she knows she has to ride it out. Drusilla, on the other hand, has no clue what's going on with her body. She feels like she's dying and potentially has been poisoned.
Zern, this might be the end. Our dark reign ended before the shadow could fall over the city.
You hear a really, really loud voice in your head of Zern shouting, "Oh no, you've been poisoned. You're dying, girl." And he is just screaming mentally in your head.
I can't tell. Does this hurt you too?
he, he goes in. No, no, no. I'm just a spirit in your sword. I'm genuinely worried about you, which is why I am screaming so loud to make sure you can hear me.
Ah,
uh, I I can hear
You take
you.
3 damage
Oh,
from just the sheer pain throbbing in your brain right now.
oh,
And by the way, you did not get a proper rest, so you're not healed like in any way, shape, or form.
oh no. What? I was like at 7 hit points.
I don't remember what you were at.
did you get the health potion?
Yeah, he got the health potion, but I didn't make him roll for it because I didn't think it would be this fun to fuck with him. We'll say you are currently at 10 HP
Okay, I'm currently
Before or
at
after
10.
the 3?
for the 3.
After?
After the 3, yes.
Zern, our dark reign ended before the shadow engulfs the city. They'll never know the meaning of true fear.
He just screams, but this is just more of an agonizing scream of terror, as if he is genuinely concerned that you are dying and his rule will end.
Oh shit!
Almost like a womanly screech.
I, I don't think this is.
Sarah, roll perception.
Oh, I crash against my door.
You're weird and have charisma, right?
Yeah, I'm weird and have
I have
charisma. Yes.
no idea why. Out of all of them, intelligence would be better than charisma.
I like the idea of charisma. I don't know why. I just like the idea. And anyway, so you don't notice. And Drusilla, you are in like the tavern right now. You're nowhere near your room. You're like on your table. Um, Sarah is trying to, nurse her own headache, and she's just kind of like oblivious. But the bartender does notice that Drusilla seems to be like kind of flopping around and headbutting the table a little bit. So she goes to Sarah and kind of like pokes her in the arm.
You go, sorry. Yes.
She goes, "Is your friend okay? She doesn't look so okay."
I take a gander over at Drusilla.
You see what I described? Like Drusilla's like face planted in the table, holding her hands to her head, kind of like moaning, and you hear her mumbling a little bit as she's talking to Zern.
A looming shadow of death. Me struck down by a barb and a drink.
I slam whatever drinks are in front of me, and in between I go, I got this to the bartender. And I go on over to help Drusilla.
Play it out, you two.
This is
Damn it.
what is grasping me.
I walk over and I go, in that moment, I'm like, and I grab her on the arm. I'm like, I am.
Do I have a minion willing to lend aid?
I give her a light. I don't want to be too mean, but I give her a light smack. And I'm like, oh, um, hey, Drusilla, let me help you up here.
Everything's blurry. Where are we going?
Just, you're fine. Just stop. You're fine. Just follow me. And I kind of like, as if she like can't walk or whatever. I'm kind of like holding her on the side. I'm like, let's go upstairs.
Upstairs? Are we ascending? A dark lord rising to the plains above, shouldn't I be struck down to the depths of Hades?
Yes. Whatever you say, Drusilla. Whatever you're dreaming. That's exactly what's happening. And I keep walking up the stairs.
Are my evil deeds truly so minuscule that the gods seek to claim my soul, rather than strike me down?
Why, yes. If you want to be evil, you gotta quit wasting your time. I say to her, just to mess with her.
Zern, that was bad enough, right?
Zern
Nah,
just chuckles.
I
He just
dribble.
begins to chuckle.
Oh.
Do we get to the room yet? Her room?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you get her up the stairs. You get to her room. Boom.
I open the door and I go, Drusilla, walk forward. I like line her up and like walk forward to your bed.
The gates of hell open themselves. I suppose it would be unbefitting to refuse defeat when it's so inevitable.
In the middle of that, as she's walking ahead of me, I just kind of want to like shove her and like kind of throw her onto the bed.
You do so. She's weak and barely holding on right now.
I I hand her 2 healing potions or health potions. I go, here. They're the +1.
Okay,
Drink
so
these.
D8 plus one.
The whatever the +1s are.
Yeah, it would be a
I
D8
go,
plus one, isn't it?
yeah. I go, here. Drink these. I'll send some water up. Then go. Chug that water and then go to bed.
Be you a demon or a Valkyrie?
Both.
Why show mercy to such a pitiful soul?
I smack her once again.
Oh, mercy alongside a
Re-
dish of punishment.
and then I go, repeat what I said.
Drink these?
And then,
Go to bed?
uh-uh.
You gain 9 health back.
I said, drink these, then drink the water that I'm going to send up, and then go to bed. Now repeat.
Drink these, drink water, go to bed?
Yes.
I'm not dead. Oh,
Yet. If you,
oh God. Sarah,
um,
is that you?
and then I walk away. So she's realized, or she's saying that as I'm out the door. And I go down to the bar and I say, can you send the water up to her room?
That is what you do. Um, they agree, obviously, and send the water. Um, oh, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, so you go back down to the bar and you kind of start drinking some more water and nursing your own hangover. As you're sitting down there, the big three, Sybil, Firelight, and Bylorn, walk in alongside of Malice.
Oh boy. I say to myself.
Uh, they all kind of look at you and go, "You two had a good night last night, from what we hear and what we saw." Firelight says with a bit of a giggle.
So yeah, I'm doing fine. Drucilla, on the other hand, she might be missing this meeting.
Uh, the Firelight kind of chuckles and she goes, "Yeah, the way she was talking last night, she hit the bottles hard. I didn't know she was into drinking that much."
She's not. And I chuckle.
I go, "Okay, well, we'll need her opinion eventually if she ever wakes up or survives."
Yeah, I just threw her up there for a nap. Probably in a couple hours. She's
Alright.
making a scene down here. Had to do something.
Yeah, yeah, that'll happen. She goes, "Okay, well." They all sit down. They go, "Well, are you okay to join us, or you need a nap yourself?"
I'm good. It's not my first rodeo, if you know what I
Malice,
mean.
Malice kind of steps up and he offers you a hand and goes, "Thanks for your help again, Sarah. You always were the best of the group."
I shake his hand and I'm like, oh well, thank you very much. I doing what I can for now.
And he goes, "Yeah, that's what I always expected of you. And Drucilla, too. She talks a big game, but she always helps out the people when she's needed. That's the only reason I haven't struck her down myself," he says with a slight smirk, kind of hinting at joking, but if you look at his eyes, you can see a little bit of cold deadness that says it wasn't as much of a joke as he's trying to make it appear.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of a evil overlord that lost their way.
That is true. That is true. Let's hope she never finds her way.
If she does, it's not gonna be her coming out on top. I assure you that.
It's good to know I have you on my side, at least, he says with another chuckle.
I laugh and I'm like, easy there now.
He chuckles again and goes, "Okay, well, let's have this meeting. We need to discuss the future of this fine city and how it will regrow back to its former glory." And he goes and he pulls out your seat for you, and then he takes his own seat.
Much appreciated.
As you
I
sit,
sit down.
the group the bartender brings over water and for everybody and puts down a plate of bread and cheese specifically for your table, and then makes her way to continuing to clean up the mess from the party last night. And then the group goes, okay, so we've been talking amongst ourselves while you two were gone. And as much as we have kind of unofficially become the council for this kingdom, we still want yours and Drucilla's opinion as much as Malice's as the original three to kick us in our asses, for lack of a better phrase, and get us back to defending what is rightfully ours.
Okay, okay. I'm following.
So we know that Malice has decided to stay with the city, and for that we are grateful. The big three say as they nod towards Malice, and he nods back. Um, but we
Uh,
also know
I say he's a good fit for this place.
we hope so too. We hope so. You see a little bit of a glance between Bylorn and Farlight because they were the two that approached you about Malice. Nothing major, but you do see a little bit of a glance of worry between the two when they say that. But they keep to the niceties. And they go, we know that you and Drusilla have made no such commitment to our city, though, and as we appreciate your help, we will be weighing your advice in our decisions, but we will ultimately be making our own decisions as you two will likely be traveling.
I
Um,
reply, yeah, makes sense. I am not going to give you any such commitment because way back when I set out on a journey of my own accord, and I've yet to come to the end of that journey and find or and reach the end of that journey. So I shall in the future seek or proceed on with that.
we understand and respect that, and we respect all you have done for us as is. And we hope to see you, if not every month, at least for a few of these raids to help us continue to win back our city. And we appreciate any and all effort you give in this deed. Um, Firelight at this
No.
point,
Oh, sorry.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just Firelight at this point kind of chimes in and she kind of chuckles and goes, "Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad Drusilla's not here because she'd be saying something about minions and overlords and trying to make me her fucking master again for some unknown fucking reason."
Uh, the table laughs on that one.
Yeah,
I reply, I'm like, yeah. Um, I mean, you're not the first city I've helped raise some of the dead or the brink of death, and you won't be the last. I assure you of that.
well, that is good to know. Good to know. Um, so for basic defense strategies, we've run a couple ideas as the council, and we've decided on a few things we're going to work on. We want to continue to work on the formation training we're doing with the armies, sticking with the pikemen and the bowmen. That is something we're going to do because that has proven now twice to be a good way to get the common people to be able to fight these battles and survive. I mean, this raid we lost one person on your side, and we only lost two people on ours. All of Malice's people survived. Thank you again for that, Malice. Um, so we're doing well and keeping people alive and spirits alive, and that's what matters. And we want to keep that going. We do have a couple ideas we want to run past you and Drusilla. Hopefully, you can reiterate this information to her when she awakens. But we were wondering what you two thought was better as you travel our lands and see what's out there more often. Do you think we should focus on training specialty units, mounted artillery on the walls, or focus on turning the trench into a proper moat with something we can use to widen the gap between the raids and our walls. Those are the three big projects we have okayed as a council, but cannot decide on which we would prefer to do. So we were wondering if you two would be willing to chime in on this. You don't have to tell us now, obviously, since Drusilla is not here or able to voice her opinion, but we would like you to think on it before you next leave and let us know. And depending on which way you choose swing, is something that we will try to focus on for the future to help increase our odds of survival.
I respond, well, personally, and I kind of like tap my bow. I'm more of the artillery on the wall type of gal. Start hitting them early and hitting them hard, and then they'll make it a lot easier for your pikemen to clear out. The moat is a great idea. I'd probably say that second. Just because like that prevents them from getting to the wall, but as long as you can strike them down fast enough, like whatever um physical defense you have, like terrain defense, will that's more beneficial for the pikemen at the end. Um, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, well, we appreciate your opinion, and that's why we asked. And please convey that option to Drusilla as well, and see what she votes for, and let us know. Another reason we wanted to gather here and talk to you is we've actually been hearing rumors. And seeing as how you two are on some strange quest to learn more about your own personal business that we have no business knowing, we figured these rumors may be of interest to you.
Oh, before we get into that, what was the first option? Option two is the moat. Option two is artillery. Three is the moat. What was the first one?
Specialty units
Oh, okay.
like bombers or sappers or berserkers, or start training up like specialty units to go out past the wall and try to meet the enemy or sabotage the enemy's attempts by planting traps and shit like that.
Yep,
You
yep,
know,
yep.
train people. Um, yeah. So rumors. Malice chimes in and he goes, "My God has told me of the great shadow that is threatening us, and he tells me that a key to this shadow is located in the mountains. He gives me a general direction of southeast of here, close to where the mountains meet the ocean, but not quite where the mountains meet the ocean. Um, I would personally travel there myself upon my God's recommendation, but I have an obligation to my church and my followers. Thus, I thought relaying this information to you and Drusilla would be of use and could potentially help the city as well.
You said southwest.
Southeast. But I mean southwest, yes. If I remember my map correctly, yeah, it would be southwest.
Yeah. How long would it take to get there?
Travel to the mountains is just a few days. A few days by carriage, a week by walking. Exploring the mountains for whatever it is you are to find. I was not given any great detail. I cannot tell you how long that will take, or if you would even be able to be back in time for the next raid, or if this will even truly stop the raids. It was just a notion given to me by God upon prayer on how to help the city.
Yeah, cause what do we have? Like a week?
Month.
Oh, 1 month.
Yeah, it's a month between each raid.
I was thinking it was a week.
You came into this campaign, we started a week before the raid, but you had actually spent 3 weeks down in the Lizard City, travel there, time in the city, and travel back before you got back to Golden Hill. And then when we came back to my campaign, it was a week before the raid.
Oh yeah, so I was thinking it was a week between each raid, and we it spent like a day and a half to get there, whatnot. Okay, um, a month. Eh. Okay, I will pass the message on to Drusilla whenever she awakens. Uh,
Farlight at this point.
hang on.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. What?
Farlight at this point chimes in, and she goes, "My scouts have told me of the farms, and I don't know if you remember this, but I related to you last month as well that we are looking to reestablish the farmlands around us.
Yes, I
we
remember that.
we we do not want to start planting until we have a better grip on the raids, but we would like to get out there and clear the farms and start to clear the debris. Maybe even something as simple as tilling the soil so that when we do have time and the required safety, we can start planting and thus increase the food coming into the city. We would still appreciate your help on this. Over the month you were gone, we didn't have the protective detail we needed to do any major work. And the scouts I sent out claimed that all four farms were very, very devastated. And we will need solid defenses as we clear out each farm and try to make it so that we can eventually plant there again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember helping out. Was it last month or the month beforehand? Um, that yeah, I definitely get that. That's quite a predicament though. Which option do we choose?
Well, there's more. This isn't the only options we have, and we know you can't do all of it, and we will do our best to handle what we can. But we only wish to provide you rumors and details on things that you can do. Um, at this point, Sybil chimes in. She goes, "Yeah, and not all of it is just for our own necks." She says, staring at Farlight and Malice, whose quest really was ultimately to help the city and not to help you guys.
Go, I'm listening.
I'm not here.
I know you're not. Sorry, I was thinking. I'm trying to talk and type at the same time, and it's killing my brain. Sybil chimes in and she goes, "My kids have heard rumors that the coastal city, northeast of here, has been booming and has been doing great things. And um, they hear whispers that there's some force up there that's turning the city into some sort of utopia. It's hard to believe that in these dark times there's a city thriving so well, and we figured that would interest you too, and you could maybe check it out. And even if you could potentially send word that the capital of this continent needs some help, we would appreciate it. But here nor there, it is an interesting find."
Oh, You know, you said northeast. Uh,
The coast, so where the forests meet the ocean.
yeah,
Meta-wise,
that's the
you
northeast from here, if I remember correctly.
meta-wise, you also remember that this is where, when you were traveling with Pygmy, you found the cove that led to the Blue Dragon.
Oh, oh, that was so long ago.
you do remember this.
How do you remember this?
Me personally,
Oh, right. You wrote this.
yes,
Um.
it's my campaign.
Oh yeah. This puts me in a predicament. Um. I'll have to convey these over to Drucilla. Probably think on it for a day or two. Discuss it and get you an answer on what we'll actually be doing.
Lorne also chimes in and he goes, "Now, these are all great things, but you could also, if you wished, stay in town, help us rebuild. And Sarah, I know you visited the troops a couple times and you were a great motivation to them. And after this second victory, you would be an even greater motivation and help us with our training, thus preparing the men and this city even better for the upcoming raid, to where maybe we could even complete a couple of those projects we brought up to you. Um, I know you two are traveling adventurers and you both have your goals, but we would deeply appreciate your help and support. And I can speak with 100% honesty when I say the troops wish you had stayed last month to help us with our training, and feel that if you two had been here to train us a little more diligently, please don't take offense. This is just the way it was worded, that maybe even all of us would have survived, instead of only having 1/3 of the heroes who saved us.
Wait, 1/3 of the heroes.
You, Malice, and Drusilla. Malice stayed, you and Drusilla left.
Oh, I thought he was talking surviving. My bad. My bad. Um, I mean, initially, yeah, it's hard to say, but I could definitely tell you I need to think about it.
Okay. They kind of. Sorry. They kind of nod your head, and they all eat, and you guys chat amiably. And then they take their leave to do their daily duties.
Oh, okay.
Well, how do you wish to continue?
Um, so what? It's like halfway through the day then.
No, I wouldn't say halfway. It's been a couple hours, so mid morning.
I go take a nap. Yeah, like a 2 hour nap. Nothing extreme, just something to let me ponder my thoughts.
So I'll say, Donnie, Drusilla, I sent you a message, but you did not respond.
Oh,
So at this point, I'm just going to go past it because we already stopped everything.
oh shit! I didn't see that.
You guys all kind of wake up, and I mean, Sarah, your headache's pretty well and gone. Donnie, or Drusilla, sorry, you're also feeling better. You still have a bit of a headache, but it's not as terrorizing as it was. You also begin to realize that Zern was screaming in your head on purpose to make it worse.
Should have screamed louder.
And he goes, I didn't want to actually kill you, you stupid girl.
Ugh! I rub my head. We need to leave this city. This tavern isn't safe. Assassins come to us even here.
Scoffs at you. He goes, there was no assassins, you idiot. You just drank too much.
Wait, that's a thing that just happens to people when they drink that stuff?
Yes, it's called a hangover.
And people choose to do this to themselves.
Yes, quite frequently.
Oh my god. Well, what was I hearing last night? I thought I was dying.
You were not dying. You had a headache and a hangover, and then I screamed in your brain. It was fun. I laughed. I laughed vigorously.
Oh, what time is it?
It's mid afternoon at this point.
I go to Sarah's room. I knock.
Before you do that, Sarah, it's a little bit before. I'm gonna say because you were better handling it that you get to wake up before Donnie does, Drusilla does. Are you gonna chill in your room and ponder some more, or are you gonna head downstairs right away?
I'm gonna go downstairs.
Okay, so Drusilla, as you go to knock on Sarah's door, you knock and there's no answer. You begin to realize that it's mid afternoon and Sarah seemed to be handling herself better in the morning than you were with your hysterics. And you figure she's not in her room at this time.
Yeah. I head downstairs. Maybe grab a bite to eat if it's not too embarrassing to look everybody in the eye. So I do that. I go downstairs. Not getting a bunch of like weird looks, am I?
Everybody's doing their normal things. You see Sarah kind of sitting at the bar, doing whatever she's doing, and everybody's just about their day.
I mean, like, good, but like, damn, the fuck happened to me? I sit down, Sarah. I everything's a little foggy. Did I miss something?
You missed quite a bit, actually.
Oh, how much?
A lot. Um, so yeah, you were drunk last night. You had a hangover. So did I, but I mean, I can handle them better than you. Um, you you went to bed, and then the big three showed up. We discussed future plans and such, and blah blah blah. They went on their way, and I went up to take a nap. Um, and then I proceeded to tell him the three options, and then the four. Oh yeah, so the three options were build a moat, train specialized forces, or uh fortify the walls with the defenses, like artillery. And then they proceeded to tell us rumors that they've had. One was the mountains where Malice's god told us about um the source of the raids.
Potential source of the raids.
Huh?
Potential source of the raids.
Oh, sorry. Potential. I thought that was implied. Um then what was it? The northeast by where the forest meets the ocean. There's some people, a wealthy city, not unlike the lizard city that is flourishing right now, while the city is crumbling. Um, One of them wanted us to stay here and protect and help train, figuring that it would, with only having a little bit of like help last time from us, like we'd provide the motivation, determination that the townsfolk need. And I'm missing the last one.
The farms.
Oh, or I mean, partly stay here, but like work on building up the farms, building defenses, so that we can at least get it ready for once we get on top of the raids, that the farm fields are ready to go and plant and such and such.
Mm. I'm assuming I like have my porridge or
Yeah.
whatever.
It's bread and cheese.
Okay. I kind of just pick at my bread and I'd be like, yeah, you're right. I did miss a lot. Uh, I mean, like, Sarah, really, what do you want to do?
Well, first of all, we need your opinion for what the city should work on: the moat, the special forces, or the fortify the defense walls with artillery. I personally said artillery. You're gonna have to tell either Bylon or Farlight what your choice is. Um, Personally, I'm feeling staying here. I got some other things I want to try out, and I can't do it while we're gone. As much as I want to go to the northern city or northeastern city by the ocean. Um,
I mean, can't we just do that, Sarah? You want to do it. I know you do. And this place already has heroes.
you say that, but if we don't make it back in time, the city could no longer be here.
You really think we make that big of a difference?
I mean, if it wasn't for us distracting the frost giant, it would have just crumbled on the wall and just started raining or wreaking havoc, wreaking havoc.
Hmm. Well, I suppose. Actually, yeah. That's right. My shadow does loom strong over this city, and it needs it for protection. You've got a
Oh,
point, Sarah.
okay, Drusilla. Talk to me when you don't have a hang. Or don't start talking like that until you don't have a headache.
Seriously, though, I think Berserkers would be a good unit to have. Something to unleash once the enemy's main line has been decimated and they have nothing but their strongest troops. Something to surround and overwhelm them with when they're ready to strike on the offensive. Something to quash their hopes just as it rises.
All right, tell that to one of the big three. I already gave them my opinion. They're gonna take yours and um let it influence a little bit, but at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Um, they just wanted our opinions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's my opinion. A moat would also be nice if that doesn't work out. Anyways, outside of that, you want to stay in this city this whole month? Is that what
Kinda,
you said?
yeah. I got some stuff I want to figure out. Um, and with the raids getting stronger and stronger, um,
I mean,
like
like, what do you want to figure out, Sarah? What's there to do here?
I mean, besides train and build up the city itself, that's gonna take most of the time.
Yeah, I suppose.
Which one did you want to do?
Not a fan of waiting, though there are things I need to do here as well. Just got a bad taste in my mouth about all of this. There's a lot going on and a lot we don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking for answers too.
And it feels wrong waiting, but I suppose there's not a lot more to do until then.
You say waiting, I say training.
Preparing. The same thing worded differently, I suppose. Perhaps it is in both our best interests to stay here. One more month. I don't have any leads on any other members of the circle. Whoever's whoever's puppeteering these raids might just be the closest thing we have to a modern Dark Lord. Now that the circle's no longer active. Hear that, Stern? Maybe I'll go up and cry for this guy to be my new master and trap him in a sword.
Saren kind of goes, if only you would finally let my soul free, you stupid girl.
Oh, or maybe this new one's my actual rival. A dark lord to test my resolve. Okay, Sarah, yes. Let's stay in the city one more month before I decide what I want to do.
Okay, now I want to clarify for my own personal thing. You're staying in the city to train and build up the city, or are you staying in the city to work on the farms around the city?
I'm gonna train up, the militia. I don't care about the farms.
I was looking more towards training,
Okay.
uh, as an overview. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to clarify so I know what to do. Um, at this point, since you two have made your decisions, I can now begin to plan the next month of the campaign, which should give us another, 5, 6 sessions, hopefully, depending on how long each session takes.
Drucilla.
So, yes, Drusilla. For tonight, though, I believe we have set a solid foundation. And for all those viewers and listeners to our great podcast and stream, check us out. Keep us informed on anything you like or don't like about what we do. And I will see how this city grows and whether these two actually help or hinder, depending on how crazy they get.
We get pretty crazy.
Sometimes. Sometimes. Okay. But with that, I am going to sign off for the night and go to sleep because I had a relatively shitty night. I
Well,
will talk to
couldn't
you
have
all
said
later.
it better myself. I'll see y'all later. By the way, fuck you for trying to leave before we sign off on this podcast. Wait until at least I hit stop recording.
I didn't sign off yet. I just gave my going away. Like you keep telling me I'm supposed to be more responsible because it's my campaign. I'm doing what I'm told.
Yeah, but then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed and see you guys later. Click, and as we're
Click
still signing
anything.
off.
Didn't click
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, yet. That's
I,
because I
I got
said
something to
something.
say to both you guys before you guys just sign off.
I will draw. Don't worry. Leave it. Put it to rest. Do you have any final words for the podcast?
I hope you guys had a great time watching us. I do try to entertain.
All right. Yep. That's it in a nutshell.